Hi friends, welcome back to the Model 3 Man channel. Today is episode number 2 in our series on useful Tesla apps. Last time you remember that we uploaded an episode called Tesla Mirror. We're looking today at the Tesla official app and doing a deeper dive because I did cover it over a year ago in the Tip of the Day series, but a lot has changed since then and there's a lot more functionality. So today, Tesla's official app. After that, we're going to be taking a look at some of the other Tesla apps that are available. Stats, Tesla Plus, the Watch app. Well, I have that on my phone and that's extremely useful. It's got me out of some trouble when I didn't have my phone with me, and all I had was the watch, and it worked. There's one called Superchargers for Tesla, appears to be free. Of course, there's PlugShare, but that's not really a Tesla app, and I won't be covering that. Cam Viewer for Tesla, looks interesting. Some of these I'm contacting the manufacturers of the software to get an evaluation copy. Automate for Tesla, and then Nicola for Tesla, upgrade your Tesla, it says. So there's a lot. Today is the official Tesla app. So after today's upload, I'm going to wait half an hour, and then I'm going to upload, yeah, you guessed it, another song from Model 3 Man. I know music isn't everyone's cup of tea, I don't understand that, but I accept it. It's only 3 minutes in length, and everyone has 3 minutes to spare. Before we dive into the actual settings, here is just a few things to take note of. Number one, I often get the question, you talk about this media menu setting, but I don't see it listed in the menu settings. No, you don't. The reason you don't, you actually have to be in the car listening to your sound system, and then the media choice appears in the list of content. It doesn't give me a lot of choices. I can change the volume, I can hit the next song, I can hit pause, I can hit the previous song. That's pretty much about it. The other thing I wanted to mention here is that one of the reasons that the Tesla app is still useful even when you're in the car. Let me give you one example of when you need it. We're at the parking lot of our local superstore. Janine's in the store getting a few things that she forgot, and I don't know how long she's going to be, and I want entertainment. So I jump into the entertainment section, hit Netflix, and start watching Netflix. Now, here's the problem. If the car gets cold or too hot, there's nothing I can do to change the climate control unless I get out of Netflix and have to come back in again after I've reset the climate settings. And it takes a long time sometimes for Netflix to connect. What I have to do is jump into the app, jump into climate, set it to what I want, put the phone down, carry on watching my touch screen. Thirdly, while not normally in the menu items, software updates when available will appear here, the installation progress will appear, and that's a very useful thing to have. So let's go take a look at everything that's in here. So first of all, in the top left-hand corner, there is the settings cog. When you tap on that, it jumps into a whole bunch of other individual settings. There's the inbox. So whatever Tesla has been writing to you. Look at this one, refund in progress, 15th of the 10th, 2019. I don't see another follow-up email that says refund complete. So who really knows? Anyway, announcing software version 10, supercharging kilometers credited. So these kind of notifications will be in the inbox. Secondly, there's the loot box. Well, the loot box is where you go to check how many referral codes have been used when people have purchased a new Tesla. If you are buying a new car, I'd love you to use my referral code. What does it do? Well, 1,000 free miles. It's about 1,600K. 1,500 kilometers of free supercharging. So once you've got the car, you can go visiting superchargers all over and charge up to the 1,000 mile limit. Then there's the account setting. If we go and have a look here, it says account. Well, what is it going to do? It's going to let you watch video guides if you're looking for something to do. Then there's contact, and that's just really your contact details, your name, your address, your phone, they're in there. If you need to edit them, you can edit. And then finally, get support actually jumps out of the app, jumps into Tesla.com, and it goes to the Tesla support section, which has got everything about car features and charging and service and body repair, your Tesla account. Number 4, notifications. Notifications about events in your car that you'd like to be notified about. So for example, new software update available. I love seeing that notification on the phone. Your car alarm goes off. Charging has started or charging has completed. When you summons the car, summon started, summon complete, summon failed. Well, you're standing there doing it to your car. You don't really need a notification. Face ID. Well, certainly in an iPhone, that's an option. And finally, calendar synchronization, calendar sync. If your calendar is synced to the phone, what does that mean? It means that the name and the address will be present because you put it into the calendar, and you can just tap on it and it will navigate directly to them. And then finally at the bottom, sign out. Why? I don't know. You're having issues with your app. Sign out, sign back in again, see if that fixes it. Let's jump now to the main app screen, which is the one that has a picture of your car, a pretty little red dragon. At the very top of the screen, it tells you how many kilometers or miles you have left on the charge in your battery. It tells you whether the car is parked or driving. Hopefully, if you're not in it, it should be parked. And then just below the car, you've got 3 little icons: climate control, front open, and lock. So climate control, if your car is typically set to a particular temperature and you tap on climate, it will automatically instate those settings. But it's a lot better to go down to climate in the menu where you can set the exact temperature, you can put the demister on, you can put the defrost. So I would just say that I don't really use the climate control shortcut. Open the front, sometimes, sure. And then the third one, lock or unlock. Now sometimes when you get to the car and it doesn't detect your phone and everything does not just automatically unlock, just tap on the lock symbol and automatically your car unlocks. I've had to do that a few times. For some or other reason, your phone often loses its connectivity as a phone key, but that lock symbol will normally unlock it for you. Down to the actual menu items down here. Number 1 is the phone key. Mine right now says connected. But sometimes through various reasons or Bluetooth issues or somebody else having connected their phone and yours drops out, it's necessary to go and reinstate your phone as an authenticated key. So in the car, in the touchscreen menu, you can go and do that. You'll tap on the Bluetooth icon, you'll tap on your phone, and you'll ensure that it's set to be the default phone for the car. That will fix it. Sometimes it's just an issue. Generally, it's a Bluetooth issue. Go into your phone, go to settings, go to Bluetooth, turn it off. Wait a few seconds. Turn Bluetooth back on again. Wait a few seconds. And you should have control back again in the car. You should be able to use it as your access key when you approach the car. Number 2, climate. So let me go and tap on climate right now. And you can see from this, the interior is 8 degrees Celsius. Well, we're still kind of in winter here in Vancouver. I can do one of 2 things. I can either turn on climate, as I've just done, and then I can go and set my seat heater to 3, so it heats up very quickly. Now, if I want to change the temperature, I go 22.5, 23, 23.5, and so on. How high? Well, when it gets to 28, it goes to high. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Normally have it on 21, 21.5. I'm going to turn climate off for now. Now, on a cold morning, on a really cold morning, maybe it's freezing out there, everything is cold, even the battery. I'm not going to just turn climate on. I'm going to go to the little picture of the defrosting symbol in the right-hand bottom corner, tap it. And that turns on the whole defrosting system, which includes the rear window demister, it includes front window demister, temperature range, it puts it on high, and everything goes into defrost mode. And that's the best way to do it when outside it's really cold. And give it about 10 minutes, maybe even 15 minutes. Now, obviously, it's best to have the car plugged into power when you're doing that, because that's going to use a lot of the battery's power, and it's much better to have it come from your home. And when you get in the car, that automatically turns off and disconnects. So let's get out of climate and back into the main controls. Here in North Vancouver, it is raining badly. So we're going to do these little tests in the tent, in the shelter of Red Dragon's home. So looking at the controls panel, why don't we vent the windows? All right, you saw that? And up, and down, and up. It's amazing that the lag time is very, very minimal. It's almost immediate. Let's honk. Okay, you could hear that. Open the trunk. Are you sure? Yes, please. There we go. Well, clearly I've got the power trunk and I'm going to try closing it, but I have had trouble before. No, it closes. There we go. Tap it again. I know it says open trunk, but you tap it and it closes. Unlock the car. Watch the front mirror. You can hear the car as well. The lights flashed. In addition to that, we'll lock it once more. So all of this is able to be done from the app. Sentry mode I can turn on. There we go. Now the car will record anyone who approaches from any angle if they don't have the key or my phone in their hand. If I wanted to limit the speed mode, I could do that so that whoever's driving my car can't go above a particular speed. Valet mode, which we've covered in Tip of the Day, and in that episode we talked about all of the restrictions and the limitations that valet mode imposes on a driver. So if you're interested in that, I've put a link up the top. You can just jump to it and see exactly what valet mode imposes on a driver. All right, we're going to open the front. All right, let me close it quickly. Let's flash the lights this time. And again. And a honk for good measure. There we go. Right now you can see that the status is charging with only 97 kilometers remaining. 6.5 hours to the 80%. So go into the charging app. You can see that the battery is fairly cold, hence the little blue section. It's below 20%, hence it's in orange or yellow, amber, instead of being in green. And I've set, that's 90%, that's 80%. I wish it snaps to it. It snaps to 90, does not snap to 80. That's about it. I could stop charging and start charging. Take a few seconds before it gives me, or it gave the notification very quickly. Right, so we're getting 236 volts, so it's almost 240, 16 amps. The number of kilometers per hour will increase to 44, somewhere in the vicinity of 44, 45, and that's it. Go back to the main app. Now, location is another obvious one. You've sent your wife off, or she's gone out to shop, and you're waiting for that six-pack that she was kind enough to buy for you on the way home, and you tap on a picture of the car right up the top. It will show you where the car is right now. You can view it through satellite mode, or you can view it through simple map mode. If the car is in motion and it's being driven, you're going to see exactly where it is. Summon. Now, I went off to my favorite filming spot, and that's the parking lot at the Hillside Church that I attend, and I ran a few summon exercises. Now, I have to tell you that as you watch these, Sometimes it works beautifully. Other times, the car will stop and it will inch forward and turn the wheels, then it'll turn the other way and inch backwards. It'll do that 3, 4, 5 times. Oh, that's very good. That could not be closer. Well, apparently Red Dragon thinks it could be closer. And here we go. It's making numerous little quarter turns. I don't quite know why. No human would ever do more than one big, wide, sweeping reverse or forward turn before they get into the direction they want to go. But the car seemingly cannot make up its mind. So I don't think that the summon feature is ready for prime time yet. I honestly don't. I've no doubt that it will get there, but it just lacks confidence. But here it is in an empty parking lot. I've got some people walking by, so I've got to be careful. But I'm going to go into the summon item on the menu, connecting to your vehicle. Now, if we tap on Smart Summon, press and hold to start. Go to target. Let's give it a try. Certainly moving. Pretty creepy when you come to think of it. Where are you going? Okay. So it's doing a 3-point reverse turn. No. Okay, summon failed. Let's try come to me. Tap on the target at the top and change it to come to me. I'm gonna hold it down. Let's have a look and see what happens. All right, it's reversing with great caution. Doing a kind of a 3-point reverse turn. That's the thing about an empty parking lot. You really don't care what it hits because there's nothing to hit. Oh, that's very good. That could not be closer. Well, apparently Red Dragon thinks it could be closer. And here we go. It's making numerous little quarter turns. I don't quite know why. I'm not sure if it would have run into me, but I stopped it all the same. Next item on the Tesla app menu list, upgrades. I'm going to tap on it now, and it says you have all of the eligible upgrades. It doesn't tell you how many thousands I had to spend and all the arguments between Janine and myself involved in getting to the point of purchasing the upgrades. What it means is I now have full self-driving. If I go to the purchased tab, there it says, full self-driving capability that you purchased on the 30th of June 2020. I can even view the invoice. It says I had autopilot from the very beginning. I also purchased enhanced autopilot. View the invoice for that. I wonder how much that was. Jumps into my ownership. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Close. All right. Let's try the invoice for full self-driving. Looks like, oh, there we go. There we go. That was, wow, 4,000 Canadian dollars, including taxes. It came to 4,480. Now you say, well, that's super cheap for full self-driving. No, you forget. I'd first had to pay for enhanced autopilot, which was 5,000 or 6,000 as well. And then this just topped me up to the full self-driving level. So there it is. There's the invoice. I can close it, close out on the upgrades, and come back to the menus, and I'm on to service. Now, we'll take a look at service quickly here. If I tap on the service app, I can see my history. The service history includes mobile service, 3 events, service center, 1 event, and that's the way Tesla's going nowadays. It's wonderful. The service technician comes to you, hopefully, with all the tools and the spares and the parts based upon your service request. But sometimes you have to go into the service center and have it done there. Schedule a service. Tap the button at the top. Describe what it is. Is it noises and vibrations? Is it to do with the tires or the wheels or the exterior or the interior? You spell it out here, and you then choose next. Let me choose battery issues. I'll choose range. Go next. Describe the repair. And that's where you tap on here and you punch in a long detailed account. So I'm just going to turn that off. Turn that off. We're not going to apply for service, but that's how you do it. You don't need a phone. And within a short while, an email will come. It'll confirm it. It's very, very efficient. And I've not had any reason to complain through the service requests here. And finally, roadside assistance. So you're sitting on the side of the road, you really messed up, you forgot to charge and you cannot get to a charger, your car comes to a halt, or you got a flat tire. You can see here, select car condition, flat tire, car will not drive, charging, or even other. Go in here, choose a category. Let's choose flat tire. Let's choose Tesla wheels, because if it's aftermarket wheels, I wonder what they do. Will they tell you to go to your aftermarket supplier and have them see to it? So we'll choose Tesla wheels and tires. Next. And as you can see, you select the tire. There. And then next. Is this a view from under the car or above the car? I guess it's a good question. I think you're looking from top down. Yeah, it must be top down. So I'm going to cancel that. I don't want to request roadside assistance for no reason at all. And one more thing on the app, right down the bottom. You've got your Tesla vehicle information summary. And first of all, there's the mileage, number of kilometers that you've driven. Secondly, your VIN. Finally, software version 2020.48.35.5. A lot of dots. Sounds like an IP address. That's the version that I'm on right now. What am I waiting for? Full self-driving beta. Please, Elon, please. They're down at version, I think it's version 11, beta 11 already, and they've gone right through from 1. So I've had a lot of time to iron things out, and we in Canada here are really, really waiting for it to come our way. If you enjoy and you benefit by the content that we put out on the Model 3 Man channel, even a small PayPal donation is helpful. I'm saving for one thing, and that's to get my first ever MacBook Pro so that I can edit on the road. I can edit wherever I am, and I can capture, edit, upload, and they don't come cheap. So any donations to the channel right now are going toward that particular goal. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. I love to hear your comments. Please give this a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for now.